every time there's a conversation that comes up about white people's entitlement and this Cape independence thing, people like to use this, oh, but you're not all from here. Most of you are like Central African. The only people who are here first are Khoisan. Don't act like you give a shit about Khoi or San people at all. You also can't use the logic of you're not Southern African, you're Central African or East African. Africa didn't have borders until white people got here. The only reason South Africa exists is because colonialists back in the 1800s decided that they wanted to chop up Africa like a little cheesecake and share it. White people in South Africa are descendants of colonizers. I am an indigenous person. I'm indigenous to the whole continent. Nigeria is my home the same way that Kenya is my home. South Africa is a colonial construct that y'all created. A British-born man who has only lived in South Africa for 20 years has decided that he has the right to come here and tell African people what to do with their land. We don't even need to discuss the intricacies of colonialism. We don't need to get into that for you to understand that it's insane for a British man to come here and tell us what to do with our land because he feels like he is entitled to do so. White South Africans don't have the right to tell African people what to do with our land. You live here because your ancestors committed atrocities to the native populations. There is a huge difference between me and them. So you can't tell me that I'm not from here. We were moving around with no borders for decades, for hundreds of years before y'all came here and imposed your bullshit on us. We will not allow it. It doesn't matter how hard you try to convince us. It doesn't matter what argument you come up with. That British man needs to be deported. Very simple and